Obviously, we know Leon Edwards is one of the most boring fighters we have on the roster. Listen, I used to be a Leon Edwards fan, right? I used to be a huge Leon Edwards fan. This has all changed. I dropped my boy after he got slammed on his head by Bilal Muhammad. After Leon got slammed on his noggin by Bilal Muhammad. Okay. After that happened, I was very skeptical about my boy's claim to be one of the best strikers in the UFC. Right? I was very skeptical. But if we look at my boy's resume, if we look at my boy's resume, I think Leon is just extremely lucky. Okay, now let's break it down. Leading up to his title fight, right? All decisions. All decisions when he made it to the UFC. He lost against Usman. Then he went on this winning streak, right? One submission against a dude who is no longer in the UFC, not fighting. Okay? Decision against Vicente Luque. That's lit. Decision against whoever this guy is, Brian Bambino. Okay. KO TKO of a dude who is not in the UFC anymore. Okay. Then the rest, decision against Cowboy Cerrone. Super old Cowboy Cerrone, by the way, 5 rounds. Decision, Gunnar Nelson. Decision, Rafael dos Anjos. Pokes Bilal Muhammad in the eye. Now, Leon was winning that fight, 1,000%. But, he wasn't looking to finish the fight. Then, we all have, this is what we started off with, is the infamous picture of Leon Edwards almost, getting knocked the fuck out by Nate Diaz. And then he goes on, after almost getting murdered by Nate Diaz, goes on to knock out Kamaru Usman in the last round, okay? So, leading up to his title picture, very spooky, right? Very spooky. Nate Diaz should have won that. If Nate Diaz decided to not point and laugh at Leon Edwards for being wobbled and stunned, that would have been Nate Diaz's fight against Kamaru Usman. And I'm not saying Nate Diaz would have won, right? But it would have been more deserved than Leon. I understand Leon went on a huge winning streak. That winning streak was stopped when he got a no contest against Bilal Muhammad. I hope you guys realize that. Once you are winning something, to call it a streak, you have to continue it. You have to win 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now, on number 4, if you get disqualified for cheating, your winning streak is now over. Okay? So, Leon Edwards wins a saved by the bell decision against Nate Diaz and gets awarded by a title fight where he gets absolutely dominated for 24 minutes and 50 seconds, right? Then Leon Edwards decides to throw a haymaker left hand left kick combo, headshot dead, and kills Usman. Okay? Now people say that was a lucky shot. I'm agreeing with you guys. That was a lucky shot. Now, a lot of people say, so they ran back the fade instantly. My boy lost in August. They ran it back in March, right? That should have gave Usman enough time to recover. Da 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 da. I'm gonna say no. This is one of the first times that Usman's ever got knocked out in his career. It was a disgusting knockout. He was flat on the floor for like 2 minutes. They had to scrape him off of the octagon and load him up. You know what I mean? It was not good. So obviously Usman had PTSD and was scared to get knocked the fuck out. So he was fighting extremely nervous and scared in that range. Yes, Leon Edwards did out wrestle him in that fight. Usman was a shell of himself. If you compare the Usman and Leon Edwards versus Usman 3, the trilogy fight, versus I forgot the point I was making. But if you compare the Usman that fought Leon Edwards and Leon Edwards versus Usman 3 to the Usman who fought Colby Covington or fought Gilbert Burns, completely different person. Or even just the Usman who fought him the second time or even the first time. Completely different person. Usman was a shell of himself and That's why Leon Edwards got the second win. Once you get knocked out for the first time, you're not really the same for a few fights, and a lot of people don't even get to come back from that because they get the PTSD. Then they award Leon Edwards, right? After he gets his first defense against Usman, they award Leon Edwards another defense against Colby Covington, who was inactive for 600 days. He was not in the octagon for 600 days. Now, you would think, okay, somebody's that inactive, it should be a complete domination. Colby Covington outstruck Leon Edwards, bruh. Huh? Like what? Wait a minute. Leon, you threw 65 total strikes in 25 minutes against somebody who said that they were gonna take you to visit your father in the sixth layer of hell. It doesn't seem very like championship hearted to me. It doesn't. It doesn't. Now, I listen. Colby has pillow hands. I'm not saying that this was a robbery. This is just like despicable that this is your championship performance against a dude who's been inactive for 600 days. Okay? Now, Leon did win, and it was a decisive win because he's a point fighter, so it's slow. It's a slow fight. He's gonna keep you at range. He wants to kick you. He wants to take you to decision. He's kind of a sniper, but he's a sniper, but he won't pull the trigger. He just wants to sit here and throw jabs and teeps and leg shots at you. You know what I mean? So he could set up for the TikTok edit. Leon is just like I believe Leon is just the TikTok fighter. If you had a TikTok fighter and you just looked that up on Wikipedia, Leon would come up. Bro is obsessed with his physique. He constantly talks about how he's the number one best physiqued fighter in the UFC. Hella weird, bro. Like nobody gives a fuck about your physique. Go win some fights. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about physique? Paulo Costa got the fucking best physique, bro. Looks like Terminator at 185 pounds. Literally. And then if you go, okay, we didn't even get to Sean Brady yet, but hold on, we'll get to Sean Brady. So yeah, I mean, you won that fight against Covington, but he completely outstruck you, even though Covington has pillow hands. It was a despicable performance. Then we all know what happened to him against Bilal Muhammad. Literally was the same thing as him versus Kamaru Usman the second time, where he got completely beat the fuck up for 24 minutes and 50 seconds. Then Leon decided to turn the heat on in the last 5 seconds and crack Bilal with an elbow and splits Bilal open. But bro, it's too little too late. You can't keep waiting for the last 10 seconds of a fight. You can't download information in a squabble for 24 minutes. Come on, bro. I showed you guys the clip of Bilal slamming Leon on his head. I get sent this all the time by my friends. I think this changed him forever. I think him getting slammed on his head might have changed Leon forever. I think so. I think so because that performance against Sean Brady was despicable. Was despicable. Bilal Muhammad, listen, I'm gonna say Sean Brady had the more dominant performance against Leon. Obviously, Sean Brady got the finish, but Bilal Muhammad slammed him on his fucking head. And Bilal Muhammad predicted he was going to slam him on his fucking head on Twitter. I've never seen nothing like that before ever in my life. I've never seen somebody go on Twitter and say, yo, just so you guys know, I'm going to beat Leon up for 5 rounds. I'm going to do this, that, and the third each and every round. We're going to make his corner, hype him up, and give him motivational speeches. I'm going to bully him. He said all this on Twitter. It's still up. He never deleted it. You can run it back. Then he goes out there and delivers and slams him on his head. Bilal has gained my respect after that. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to buy a Bilal Muhammad T-shirt, but now I also want to buy a Sean Brady T-shirt, and I know they're gonna end up fighting. So I'm kind of tossed up in the air. But so Bilal Muhammad takes Leon's title away. Takes Leon's title away. Completely outstrikes him. Takes him down 9 out of 13 times. It was a complete smashing. It was a smashing. Leon obviously looked like a shell of himself, like he did the other night in the O2. Then we go to his most recent fight on the 22nd, literally 4 days ago. Bro threw 23 strikes. 23 strikes in a 19-minute fight. 23 strikes to Sean Brady's 221. Bro, cut Leon. I'm going to say it right now. Cut Leon. I understand if you want to feed him to Joaquin Buckley, right? You know, you're gonna match up Sean Brady with Shavkat anyways. So Joaquin Buckley needs an opponent. Actually, we don't even need to feed Leon to Joaquin. We could just let Joaquin fight Usman, right? And we could drop Leon off at the GFL, let him fight Tony Ferguson, and hopefully he can run the Nate Diaz fade back. Maybe he could squabble up George Masvidal. You guys ever seen the video of George Masvidal three-piecing my boy Leon Edwards, making him leak? Moving on to the Sean Brady fight, right? Sean Brady had 4 minutes and 57 seconds of control time in the second round. There's 5 minutes in a round. Leon had 3 seconds to breathe. Leon had 0 strikes, 0 takedowns, 0 control time in round 2. And
Yeah,
then, I do want to play this, but I'm pretty sure Ariel is gonna copyright me, but who really cares, Sean Brady decided to say some very interesting things about Leon Edwards after the fight, right? After the fight. Now I've heard Bilal Muhammad talk shit about Leon and say like he's a bitch, he's a bum, da 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 da. But I kind of brushed that off because they did have a little bit of beef. Him and Bilal, Leon and Bilal did have a little bit of beef. So hearing this come from Sean Brady, a dude who I kind of really didn't care for honestly before this fight, makes me think a little bit. Let's listen to what my boy had to say.
a face off at the O2, and it literally took 5 seconds. But like when we did it, we walked up to each other, and obviously, bro, I'm not 6 foot. I'm not 6.
Bro, his nose is so fucking to the side. It's ridiculous. Shout out to Sean Brady.
To him, 5'9". Like I've never been tall, but he
Shout out to the 5'9" dudes, bro. We're 5'9" over here.
walked up to me, and he said something. He was asking me about my height, and I was like, he was like, "How tall are you? 5'8", 5'9"?" Like he was being a dickhead. And I was like, I'm 5'9". And I was like, what are you? I was like, what are you, 6'2"? I was like, you got them. I was
That wasn't a good comeback, Sean Brady. If I'm gonna be honest with, what are you, 6'2"? I would have said something like, "What are you, Big Ben?" I would have said something like that. You got to get a little bit more whimsical with it, Sean Brady. We got to teach you the ways of being quick and witty with your responses.
was like, you got those big shoes on, like just making a joke of it. And then we faced off for legit 5 seconds, walked off. I don't know if it's his manager, his brother, like, and him were like, oh, this is
It's his brother, by the way.
super awkward. Like they said some stupid ass shit. And me and my team looked at him like, yo, you're in London, like this is your fight week, like you're bitching about having to do some little ass media, like it just from that point from there on, I'm like, yo, I'm not touching this dude's hand. If he tries some stupid, because I seen him try stupid shit at the weigh-ins, I was like, I'm gonna give it right back to this motherfucker, and that's
I don't know. He sounds a little bit emotional, if you ask me.
why at the weigh-ins I didn't go, like I always shake everyone's hand. I didn't touch his hand. I didn't have social media, so I didn't see his interviews, but I seen him like saying he walked up at the O2. He didn't know where I was at because I was so short. So I posted it.
Is that all that's really bothering Sean Brady? Is that Leon called him short, bro? Are you for real, bro? Are you for real? You're a UFC fighter, bro. Somebody calling you short really shouldn't bother you. You should just be like, I could like literally murder you with my bare hands. You know what I mean? I'm 5'9", whatever. It's not that big of a deal. 5'9", 5'9" is not even that short. Let's be for
A
real.
picture of me on top of him, mauling him, like putting, like just laughing. Like I'm respectful. Like GSP's my favorite fighter. Always respected guys, but when you're an asshole like that, like don't, like I can give it right back. So
Super
personally,
pause.
fuck Leon, fuck him and his whole team, and that's how I feel about the whole situation.
Hey, listen, you got to stand on business. If that's how you feel, if that's how you're feeling, Sean Brady, I'm standing behind you. Super pause, no Diddy, but I'm with you. Fuck Leon, fuck his team. Leon is a bum. He's literally a bum. He's unmotivated. He threw 23 strikes. You were paid to throw something. You're paid to punch that other person across from you. Did it 23 times, bro. You got punched 200 extra times. I can't even imagine. Imagine somebody comes up to you and says, "Yo, I'm gonna punch you 200 times." Okay? Like I'm gonna fight back. You're not gonna punch me 200 times. I don't care if you're fucking Debo. You are not punching me 200 times.
Did he say anything to you after the fight?
And that made it even worse because I went up to him. I'm like, yo, man, like I'm like, you're a great champion, blah, blah, blah. He just like kind of like brushed me off. Like, obviously he's upset, but even his whole
He was not a great. Why'd you have to lie to him? That probably pissed him off even more. I'd be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I fought PTSD Usman. Colby Covington outstruck me, and then Bilal Muhammad slammed me on my fucking head, gave me scoliosis.
team, like I try to like say what's up, and they were corny as shit too. So it was just whack. My team, my coaches didn't even go over. They're like, fuck that. Like we're not saying shit to these dudes. And then even before they raised my hand, I tried to like touch him behind Jason Herzog, and he's just salty. And then seeing all the shit he was saying about me throughout the week, I'm like, all right, I wish I was even fucking meaner to this dude. And that's why like I posted this shit about the headshot dead and them not having guns in London because now I'm going to make fun of you and I'm going to poke and I'm going
Bro, he posted this, right? Headshot dead. Y'all don't even got guns in London. Then I saw on UK Twitter, they were like, look up any city in the UK and shooting and something will pop up. Like saying like, oh, people get shot over here just because it's illegal. Bro, compared to America, you guys have no guns. Okay? I understand you guys have the zombie knife. I get it. That's a close range weapon. I mean, like, good luck. You know what I'm saying? Like the guns are so overpowered. It's kind of ridiculous.
to poke at you because you're a fucking asshole. So maybe Bilal was right about him. He's all butthurt about all kinds of shit. So I don't know.
I think there's something deeper. I think there's something deeper. He said, "Hey, Bilal's right. Leon is butthurt over all kinds of shit. Leon might need to go see a therapist. Maybe needs to go see a sports psychologist."
Man, yeah, I saw that and I was like, "Ah, this is a different side of Sean.
Yeah,
We've not
yeah.
seen you this fired up."
I'm listen.
And listen, well, hold on. Don't steal my word. So, what also pisses me off, right, is Leon will go on a press conference tour before a fight, talk a gang of shit. Oh, fuck Bilal Muhammad. Bilal's a bum. Bilal, right? Then, after the fight, if he loses, there is no post-fight press conference in the octagon. There is no post-fight press conference on YouTube where he sits down and talks to the reporters. There is no post-fight interviews, period. He's not going on Ariel. Not going on Pat McAfee. He's not being interviewed by Bisping. Not being interviewed by Mighty Mouse. None. No interviews. He's gone completely dark, and you will not hear from him until he has another fight, and then you're still not going to hear from him until it's media day, which is Wednesday, and the fight's on Saturday. Leon doesn't know how to build anything. He just kind of wants to stay to the side, stay to the sidelines. Maybe all the fanfare kind of just got him like done up. I don't know. I don't know, man. Leon. So embarrassed that I bought that. I didn't even buy this T-shirt. It was gifted to me. I'm just embarrassed that I own it now. You know, I'm embarrassed that I've defended you publicly after that Bilal Muhammad loss. It should not have happened. I am stating that Leon needs to be cut from the UFC. He's not champion. He's not cut. Like John Anik said, if you watch the TikTok clip of him knocking out Kamaru Usman, John Anik goes, but that is not from the cloth from which he is cut. He is cut from non-cloth. Okay, he is cut from sheep's wool, my boy. Okay, Leon. I think it's a little bit too late for you to get your shit together. Okay, they're going to feed you to Joaquin Buckley. He is not a wrestler, but he is going to take you down. I will. I even if I saw you on the street, right, Leon, and me and you had a quarrel, I am not even going to throw. I am going to take you down. Like I'm just going to pressure wrestle you. Like that's it. That's like literally the game plan. You better be on those practice mats practicing how to defend against pressure wrestling, which hey, which is literally just be offensive and just be aggressive. It's okay if they take you down. Static wrestle, okay? My boy, maybe hit me in the DMs, Leon. I might be able to tell you what's up. Definitely for a fee though. I saw how many coaches you had in your corner on Saturday night. Definitely had like about 5 coaches, and they were all saying nothing. They were literally reading AI scripts of how to motivate you and Jocko's speeches. Okay, all right. Cut Leon from the UFC. I'm kind of tired of this. I'm tired of the slander. I might end up throwing this T-shirt out. Peace.